truly a glance best. We made USAA insurance for veterans like Liz and Mike, an Army family who's always at the ready. So when Liz's ultrasound showed twins,
Hold on, two babies?
they didn't panic. They acted fast and got a bigger car for their soon-to-be bigger family. After shopping around for auto insurance, they knew USAA was the way to go. Our agents quickly understood their needs and made it simple to get coverage on their new cars. They even found Liz and Mike some savings, keeping all within budget.
That was the easy part.
USAA insurance was made the way Liz and Mike need it. Easy, so they can save for whatever surprise comes next. Explore all the ways we're helping our members save. Get a quote today at USAA.com/auto. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. Ability to receive a quote depends on membership eligibility. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply and are subject to change. USAA means United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
For wannabe spies, it's a chance to own some truly hard-to-get collectible stuff.
A Lithuanian collector is selling off the contents of his Manhattan Espionage Museum, 3,500 items in all, including a lipstick gun, a replica of an umbrella with a hidden poison needle, Joseph Stalin's desk lamp, and a listening device used by Adolf Hitler. Julia Cervantes tells the New York Times he's closing the space after just 2 years, as the pandemic has made it unsustainable. It features an interrogation room and the doors from a KGB prison. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Baseball Hall of Famer Tony La Russa managed his last game 9 years ago, but he'll manage his next game next spring for the Chicago White Sox dugout. First Hall of Famer to return to managing after his induction. He becomes the major's oldest current manager at age 76. Peter King, CBS News.
This is Chicago's all-news station. News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
Hey, it's 5:05, Thursday, October 29th. Good afternoon. I'm Keith Johnson. 44 degrees at O'Hare. And the winds gusting at 31 there. Midway 43. The winds gusting at 30. A lakeshore flood advisory in effect until 10 a.m. tomorrow. For us tonight, brisk and cold, a low 31. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high of only 45. Our top story, WBBM, new numbers from the Illinois Department of Public Health suggesting the state is losing its grip on the coronavirus pandemic. The numbers show infections have more than doubled in the last month, and hospitalizations are up by more than 70%. Today, Governor Pritzker says the time to turn it around is now. WBBM Jim Good is live on the Newsline with the story.
Pritzker says since the beginning of the month, Keith, the average daily number of new cases of the coronavirus in Illinois has risen by 151%. And he responded to critics who say the number of cases is higher because the state is testing more people.
Let me be clear, our cases are rising at a much faster clip than our testing.
He says the number of people in Illinois hospitals because of COVID-19 is up 73% since the beginning of the month. The average daily number of coronavirus-related deaths in the state is up 82%. The state's public health director, Dr. Ngozi Ezike, says the increases are coming with the arrival of the flu. Ezike is urging Illinoisans to take several steps to help prevent what she calls a twindemic of COVID and the flu.
Wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. And of course, also get your flu shot. I've already gotten reports of individuals with both flu and COVID at the same time.
The state reported more than 6,300 newly confirmed cases of COVID-19 today, as well as 56 additional coronavirus-related deaths. Reporting live, Jim Goodis, News Radio 105.9 FM.
On the south side, the White Sox have turned to a name from the past to manage the ball club.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Tony La Russa.
Tony La Russa was such an unknown that when he appeared on the game show To Tell the Truth in August of 1980, his first full year as White Sox manager, the panel didn't know who he was. 40 years, 3 World Series titles, and a Hall of Fame plaque later, he is certainly a name. La Russa last managed the St. Louis Cardinals in 2011. Since then, players have become more vocal about political causes. La Russa once said he was opposed to players kneeling during the national anthem, but during today's news conference, he said he appreciates Major League Baseball's social justice efforts and that he has since changed his mind.
Action-oriented results, way that you're going to impact to make things better, I'm all for it.
Rob Hart, News Radio 105.9 FM.
And our Jeff Joniak will have more on the La Russa hire coming up in sports at 5:16. Right now it's 5:08. And time for traffic and weather together on the gates. Here's Claire Lane.
Filling in just a bit here, both directions of the Edens. Took a while, but here we are. Outbound 23, and that'll take about 25. Lathrop Road to get to the Kennedy. Once you arrive at the gates of the junction, it's 23 minutes. If you're coming into downtown, it's 38. If you're coming all the way in from O'Hare, Kennedy out, 14 to Montrose, 11 to the Express. That's 34 minutes back out to the airport. Outbound Eisenhower, 30 to Mannheim, it's 43 to 390. 47 coming in from Route 390, half an hour from Mannheim. Holding pretty steady on the outbound Stevenson, 35 to the Tri-State, 45 to 355. Inbound is 38. Veterans to the drive, about 28. Coming in from the Tri-State. Dan Ryan outbound, 30. Inbound, 22. 57's good. You're clear on the Bishop Ford. Lakeshore Drive, heavy in either direction, approaching Chicago Avenue. Southbound on the Tri-State, still slow. Ogden to the Hinsdale Oasis. Got a brake check northbound as you get onto the Ike. But the rest of your Illinois tollways, your Jane Addams, Ronald Reagan Veterans, clear. No complaints, 53 or 390. You're pretty heavy eastbound 80 from Ridge Road to 55, crash blocking a lane. Heavy further along LaGrange to 57. Westbound 8094 tied up through Indiana here, Klein to Kennedy, but looking good on the rest of your Indiana roads. In North Chicago, Route 137 westbound sluggish at Route 43, and that's due to a crash. Next traffic report, 518. News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
Well, tonight, brisk and cold with a low at 31, and tomorrow, partly sunny with a high of only 45 degrees. 44 to here, Midway 43, the lakefront also 43, and a lakeshore flood advisory in effect until 10 a.m. tomorrow. It's 5:10.
Man Carey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram is the only dealership in the state with this exclusive offer. For the next 4 days, get employee pricing on every brand new 20 and 21 vehicle in stock. Plus, you keep all rebates. Everyone qualifies. You heard right. Everyone will get employee pricing. No exclusions. Jeep Cherokees, Grand Cherokee Limited, Summits, Wrangler Saharas, Gladiator Rubicons, Challengers, Chargers, Ram trucks, and more. 600 factory cars on display for immediate delivery. You will drive home today. Get 0% financing. All brand new 20 and 21 Chryslers, Jeeps, Dodges, and Ram trucks. You get both employee pricing. Plus, keep all rebates through this Monday. Everyone qualifies. No exclusions. Don't forget, everyone will get employee pricing on all brand new 20 and 21s. Plus, you keep all rebates. 4 days and 4 days only. And only at Man Carey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram on 95th Street in Oak Lawn.
Annual special financing 0% credit on select models plus tax title license and dock fee.
WVW News Time 5:11. The news is sponsored by Edward Elmhurst Health. Today's deadline to apply for a mail-in ballot has now passed, but of course there's still other ways to vote.
Maybe you procrastinated or just forgot. Either way, if you missed the mark to apply for a mail-in ballot, don't worry, you still have options. Voters can go to their local election authority and request a mail-in ballot in person, but Matt Dietrich, a spokesman for the Illinois State Board of Elections, says it's not the most practical solution.
If you're at the office of the election authority, you more than likely could just vote early while you're there.
And if you've requested a vote-by-mail ballot but haven't received it yet,
don't panic. You can still go vote in person. All you have to do is tell the election judge that I applied for a vote-by-mail ballot. It never arrived. You'll be given an affidavit to sign. You can vote in person.
Dietrich says even those who are way behind can still register to vote in person through Election Day. Rachel Pearson, News Radio 105.9 FM.
Well, Chicago voters will be able to cast ballots at the United Center this Tuesday.
The United Center will be transformed into what they're calling a voting super site, allowing a large number of voters to cast ballots in a safe environment. Any Chicago resident can vote there on Election Day from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. The Board of Elections says besides in-person voting, there will be same-day voter registration and mail-in ballots can be turned in as well. Bulls Chairman Jerry Reinsdorf and Blackhawks Chairman Rocky Wirtz said in a joint statement they're proud the building will be used as a voting location for the first time in its history. Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 FM.
Indiana's at a daily high with more than 3,000 new COVID-19 cases today, and the number of hospitalizations across the state also continue to spike. Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hawk said,
as we head into the winter, we are still fighting this virus, and fatigue set in a long time ago.
More than 70% of Indiana's ICU beds are also in use, leaving 565 beds available. A former South Suburban truck plea in filing a false tax return and failure to withhold payroll taxes for her employees. The Tribune reports the 63-year-old allegedly used most of the funds for personal use, including her home and shopping sprees. It's 5:13. Stay in the know, on demand.
Download the WBDM All Local podcast, updated several times each day from News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
People will always come and go in our lives, but we all know those few who never left, because they always leave you with so much more. The ones who make you stronger, build you up when you're broken down. The partners who've always had you covered. At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, we know what it means to be covered by someone you look up to, even when they're sitting right beside you. To be covered by someone guiding you through more than just the routine. To be covered by that friend you consider the best, because that's how they make you feel. At Blue Cross, we know what it means to be there, guiding you toward a healthier state of mind. Because the more we know as individuals, the healthier we all feel as a community. Through it all.
37, partly cloudy. Monday, some sun and giving way to clouds, breezy and chilly, high of 49. Mostly sunny on election day, milder on Tuesday, and a high up to 58. The lakefront temperature 43, Midway 43, O'Hare 44, in Glenview it's 44. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Bob Larson on Chicago's weather station. News Radio 780 at 105.9 FM.
It's 5:16 and time to search AppleChevy.com to learn more about the Apple Chevy Promise from the Apple Chevy Sports Desk. Jeff Jonigan.
There is a very excited 76-year-old baseball lifer that is going to take over as White Sox manager today. Tony La Russa gets the job.
My internal response has been excitement. I haven't had the first regret. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. I'm anxious to get with the players. I want to show them, what I represent as a person, as a professional. I want to do the same with our staff. So my answer is, I was concerned. I faced it, and I passed my test.
And now the Sox are ready to win. That's the word from General Manager Rick Hahn, who said the rebuilding is over and excited about what's next for the Sox. This was not a mandate from owner Jared Reinsdorf or Hahn. They said they got the best man for the job, and he's had quite the career. 3 titles, 6 league championships, 12 division championships, and the 3rd most wins in Major League Baseball history. A 4-time Manager of the Year. His impact in St. Louis includes his number 10 managerial jersey retired 41 years ago. He got the Sox job for the first time in his managerial career, and today hired as the new skipper. Time for our Bears Beat Report. It's sponsored by Business IT Source. The best advice Matt Nagy has for Nick Foles right now.
Talk about let your personality show and just have a little fun, because a lot of times people can tense up, right? And you start playing a little bit different, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. So there's a little bit of that involved with it as well. So it's just focus and having fun and cutting it loose and getting back to what we've done ever since, we played this game or coached this game.
Cody Whitehair, Ellyn Robinson among those not practicing today because of conditions of their calf and concussion protocol. We've got pregame coverage exclusively from Soldier Field starting at noon, 3:25 the kickoff Sunday against the Saints. On the home of the Bears, Jeff Joniak, News Radio 105.9 FM.
It's 5:18 and time for traffic and weather together on the 8, sponsored by Lincoln Park Zoo. Here's Clearly.
We've got a new issue. This is on the Tri-State Tollway headed south. Pretty heavy from the 163rd Street Toll Plaza to just past 80, crash in the left lane. Northbound, just a very slight delay getting onto the Ike. And outbound Stevenson, 37 to the Tri-State, 47 to 355. Inbound is 38. That's from 355, 28 coming in from 294. Dan right out, 27 minutes. Inbound is 22. 57's delay-free headed out. Inbound just a slight slowdown approaching the Dan Ryan Merge, 17 to get there from 80. Bishop Ford still checking in just fine. Lakeshore Drive south heavy as you round the Oak Street curve. Northbound Randolph to the river. Ongoing road work on the River Bridge. Aside from your Tri-State, southbound crash at 80 in the left lane. The rest of your pay-for-go roads, nice and easy. You do have a crash eastbound 80 at 55. Westbound to 80-94. A little brake check approaching Kennedy. Traffic sponsored by Lincoln Park Zoo. Treat your team to an offline holiday party at Lincoln Park Zoo. Renting a space at the zoo is safe, easy, and tailored to you. Choose from immersive animal houses, flexible indoor and outdoor areas, and catering options for up to 50. Visit lpzoo.org. Next traffic report, 528. News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM.
Back to with the forecast tonight. Brisk and cold, a low of 31 tomorrow. Partly sunny with a high of 45 degrees. Normal high would be in the mid to upper 50s. Right now, 44 at O'Hare. Winds gusting at 31. Midway, 43. The winds gusting at 30. It's 5:20. Our top story this hour is the debate over policing in Chicago playing out in the chambers of City Council. Aldermen asked a lot of questions today as Police Superintendent David Brown and his top brass appeared at hearings on the budget for next year. We'll have much more on this story coming up at 5:31. Chicago suburbs eager to feel the economic benefits of a casino will have to wait a bit longer.
The Illinois Gaming Board has pushed things back at least 6 months, so no decision yet on who'll get the long-awaited casino licenses. The head of the gaming board says COVID is the reason for the delay. The south suburbs will get one license. Still undecided is where it'll go. Waukegan will get a license, and there are 3 bids for that one. The mayor of Waukegan, Sam Cunningham, says in a written statement, Waukegan has waited 30 years for our long-sought entertainment center and casino. We anxiously await additional updates of progress by the state. Steve Miller, News Radio 105.9 FM.
It's 5:21, time for Eating Right.
On National Oatmeal Day, learn more about oats and how to incorporate them into your family's meals. This is registered dietitian nutritionist Jennifer Bruning, member of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics with Eating Right. Oats contain beta-glucan fiber, which can lower cholesterol and help strengthen the immune system. Oats boast polyphenol compounds that have antioxidant properties in laboratory studies. Oatmeal is a fast, convenient, and inexpensive breakfast option. Get creative with your oatmeal. Top with different types of fruits, cinnamon, or honey. But oats can go beyond breakfast. They can be added as a binder to meatloaf and burgers. Oats also work well in baked goods, including oatmeal cookies. You can also add oats as a crunchy topping to crisps and crumbles, even casserole dishes. For more tips, visit eatright.org. Encouraging you to eat right, I'm registered dietitian nutritionist Jennifer Bruning for News Radio 780 and 105.9 FM. 1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 187.
¿Qué tal, amigos? ¿Cómo están? Muy buenas tardes. Hoy la verdad tuve ganas de grabar un videito y pues como ya se dieron cuenta puse la radio para que no se aburrieran viendo el video, escucharan algo de radio y al final pues les voy a comentar que manejé por el pueblo de Glen, Ellyn, pasé por Glendale Heights y terminamos en Carroll Street. Saludos para toda la familia que siempre ve mis videos. Y saludos a todos mis amigos que por ahí también ven mis videos. Como les cuento, estamos terminando aquí frente a la estación de policía de Carroll Street. Y ojalá y hayan disfrutado de este video para todos aquellos que se encuentran en el extranjero, que ya hace años no regresan a este pueblo tan bonito. Pero bueno, ojalá y les haya gustado. Les voy a mostrar dónde está nuestra estación de policía. Esa es nuestra estación de policía nueva, apenas la inauguraron hace un año. Pero bueno, eso es todo, amigos. Saludos a todos, por favor, que estén bien. Hasta pronto.